Do you ever find yourself in a situation where you're cooking dinner for a bunch of friends who are about to come over and you've completely forgotten about dessert because dessert is your last priority? Well, this happens to me all the time and I usually end up buying a cake. But contrary to popular belief, there are some desserts and things you can bake that are actually really quick, yet still delicious. Straight to the point. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I feel that butter makes absolutely everything better when it comes to savory dishes, and I feel exactly the same way about cream for sweet desserts. Today I'm going to show you 3 really simple desserts. The first one is my take on a Minatamis saging, which is absolutely beautiful. We have some sago in there as well. Then we're going to be making a salted mango pot de creme, which is basically a fancy way to say leche flan, but without the complicated part. And the third one I'm going to show you how to do is a calamansi cake. It's kind of like a pie meets a cheesecake, but it's still really fluffy and light. Today's video is brought to you by Nestlé all-purpose cream. I really do feel it is the richest, thickest, and creamiest out there. If you want other recipes for beautiful desserts or savory dishes, please go to www.createwithcream.ph. And more importantly, if you are baking this season and want to share your beautiful creations with the world, make sure to use the hashtag #CreateWithCream. So for our sweetened banana recipe, you're gonna need 6 pieces of plantain, 1 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 2 cups of water, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, a pinch of salt, 1 cup of cooked sago or boba, 1 cup of Nestlé all-purpose cream, 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar. In a saucepan, dissolve the sugar, salt, and water together. Bring that to a boil and simmer for about 10 minutes. Add the vanilla extract and simmer for 5 minutes. Add the bananas and then cover. This is going to simmer slowly for about 20 minutes. Make sure to keep checking on it to make sure that it doesn't get too dry and still has some liquid. It's not supposed to be sticky like honey. What we're aiming for here is kind of like a light maple syrup. For the whipped cream, just place it in a mixer, start forming some peaks, and then add in your powdered sugar until thick and soft peaks form. You can do this by hand as well, by the way. You don't need a mixer to do this. I am just lazy. I actually like to eat this slightly warm, so leave this out for a bit before serving, and then add your sago and some whipped cream. It should all melt together beautifully. Time to give this a try. Oh, look at that. Perfect bite. Some of our sago, the banana, melted cream, and syrup. Think of like a brown sugar milk tea, but just like 10 times better. That is so good. So creamy, delicious. For our mango pot de creme, you'll need 6 large egg yolks, 3/4 cup of granulated white sugar, 2 cups of Nestlé all-purpose cream, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 cup of mango, the sweeter the better, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and the juice of half a lemon. Start by setting off your oven to 160 degrees Celsius. Then we're going to separate and whisk our egg yolks. In a saucepan, combine the sugar and 1/2 cup of water. Heat this up while mixing and bring it to a boil. Let this boil for about 5 minutes without touching it and just keep checking on it. What we're trying to do here is to get it a little bit brown. You can darken this further if you want and really go the whole caramel route. The darker it gets, the more bitter flavor will come out. I like to get mine to slightly light brown. When you reach your personal preference, just add your cream. It might be hard to mix at first, but just be patient. As the cream gets to warm, it'll melt with the syrup or your caramel that's left in the pan. Making sure not to cook the eggs, slowly mix it in, like I'm talking about a trickle here, and then whisk at the same time. At this point, once it's all well combined, you can add in your vanilla extract as well. Pour this into ramekins or small jars like I'm using. Set these inside a baking dish with boiling water about 2 inches high and place this in the oven for 45 to 60 minutes until set but still jiggly in the center. For our mango sauce, very simple. Just mix your mango, sugar, and lemon juice in a blender and just blend that for a minute. You can do longer if you want it to get more liquid and smoother. When your pot de creme is done, take it out of the oven and let cool completely before putting it in the fridge to get fully chilled, usually around 3 hours. For our Calamansi Pie Cheesecake hybrid, you're going to need 300 grams of shortbread cookies or graham crackers, 1/3 cup of butter melted, 4 cups of Nestlé all-purpose cream, 1/3 cup of powdered sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 package of cream cheese, usually these are about 8 ounces I think, 300 grams of condensed milk, a half cup of freshly squeezed calamansi juice, 1/4 cup of shredded coconut for garnishing. You can also use toasted coconut, you can also use desiccated coconut. It's really up to you. Start by cracking and just decimating your shortbread, or if you're lazy, just place everything in a food processor until it's really fine. Mix this with your melted butter. Press this onto the bottom and up the sides, so we're trying to really develop a crust both in the bottom and on the sides of a 9-inch pie dish. In your mixer or by hand, beat the cream until it begins to thicken. Add your powdered sugar and then your vanilla extract and beat this until it gets thick and you have some nice soft peaks. In another large bowl, you're going to beat the cream cheese, condensed milk, and calamansi juice until smooth. Very simply, fold 2 cups of your whipped cream into that mix and place that in the crust. So the idea here is to just really get a nice, soft, fluffy interior. Use the rest of the whipped cream to layer on top. You can go as high or as low as you want here. This goes into the fridge for about 4 hours until set and completely chilled. The longer you wait, the better, so it's usually something that's much easier to cut. Once it's out of the fridge, you can design it however you want. I'm not very good at this, so I just used some sliced calamansi, some calamansi leaves, and then the shredded coconut.
This may look like the more complicated one simply because we really took care in terms of planing it, but honestly, all of these are really easy. The one that probably takes the longest. All of these recipes are really quick, really easy, and if you're like me and you hate to bake and you hate making desserts, these are go-tos. All right, let's give this a try. Oh, that's so creamy. Look at that, perfectly layered. You've got like fluffy cream, but you've also got the creamy cheese and calamansi mix there as well. And that with the shortbread, absolutely perfect. So if you're running out of ideas of what to eat and prep and cook for the holidays, these are brainless choices. They're absolutely beautiful and they will make any Christmas or New Year table look beautiful.